What's up, everyone? So yeah, I just got done doing the incline bench press. Kinobody program really works. Gotta say, the only thing I'm not really doing yet is the reverse pyramid training. I'm doing sets across, so I'm keeping the weight the same on some of my sets, and I also am doing heavy singles. But I mean, I am doing the Kinobody program mostly when it comes down to like the main part, as far as like doing the lifts. I'm just doing them slightly different because I come from the frame of mind of like starting strength, keeping. I don't like to do like drop sets or reverse pyramid training as much. I might get into that, but even Kinobody Grego Gallagher says himself, and I agree with this. If you find something that's working for you, like there's no reason to change it up at all. Like milk as much out of that, whatever you're doing, as you possibly can. And then when it comes to even guys that have been in the industry, like been training people 50 years, like Mark Ripito, it's like if you're making strength gains, you know what's the saying? If it isn't broken, don't fix it. That's an old school saying. It really, isn't said enough. What the funny thing is, like when people start making progress, they start feeling good about everything. All of a sudden, they get this bright idea that they need to do more. It's like, no, dude, you want you want to make the most progress with the least amount of work put to it, because there's going to be a time, right, when those gains are going to be harder to work for later on in the progression. And so take this low hanging fruit now, and if it comes a little easier, great. Keep going. If you're losing weight, if you're getting lean, and your lifts are going up, don't change one thing at all. Keep everything the same. Literally, I even say keep your diet the same. Keep your meals the same. If you found meals that you can hit your macros with, the right amount of calories to put you in a deficit, along with a decent amount of protein and a balanced amount of fat and carbs, and you feel good, satisfied when you eat those foods, and they keep you full, you're satiated, you're not like starving all the time, and you have energy from those meals to go in and push for PRs and make strength gains, awesome. You've nailed it. You have you've nailed it. You've literally nailed what many people are trying to do and can never figure out. So keep doing literally that. Don't get on your high horse and get on this, more is better philosophy. Sometimes more is better when you're not doing enough or when the intensity isn't high. So like myself, like the intensity was high tonight. I only did one lift because today was actually supposed to be a rest day, but I felt good and I wanted to go out and do some heavy singles on the incline bench press. And I did 255 for 8 sets of 8 singles we call them, and they moved really good. And so, so in my mind, I'm not gonna be like 255 is moving good. I got these singles, they're moving good, they're not stalling anywhere in the rep. In my mind, I'm not like, maybe I should do 260 tonight. Well, I've thought of that, and I've learned from my mistakes. No, I set out for 255 today, and just be glad that weight is moving. Be glad things are going, as good as they are. So yeah, I've learned from my mistakes. Sometimes we get a little bit too overzealous, and we need to chill a little bit. Even with our diet, sometimes the weight's falling off. We're losing a pound or two a week, and we're like, oh my goodness, this is actually working. Calorie deficits actually work. Funny enough, they do. It's a math problem, right? All of a sudden, you're like, well, if I'm losing 2 pounds a week, maybe I'm just gonna diet, like eat less than that, and then 3 pounds. And you see what I mean? Like then you start getting into this more. Instead of being present in the moment, and Kinobody talks about, Gallagher talks about this, being present in the present moment, accepting what is now. Stop thinking about tomorrow, the next day. Just do what you can today. And because a lot of times people forget that, being in shape, being, lean, being the fitness thing is a lifestyle, just like anything else you start to do in life. Like, and it's better to take the slow approach and be more relaxed with it, because the idea isn't to just get lean once, get strong once, and then go back to the way you were eating and the way you were training or not training. That isn't the idea. The idea is to change the lifestyle, and so being more balanced with your approach to it, not so high strung about everything, having to be perfect. This is going to really teach you how to maintain. Uh, Once you do get, your whatever it is, your goals, strength goals, and your six pack and all that. That if you're relaxed and you take it day by day, you'll be able to actually maintain. Once you start causing yourself a bunch of stress and overthinking about every little thing, that's when things get difficult. I remember when I was first cutting and I first got my abs and everything. I didn't think I had them at first anyway, but I was getting decently strong. I'm 6 foot. I ended up like 170, 165, shredded. I needed to gain some weight, but I thought I looked good at the time. um, but when I was dieting down, um, I was just thinking too much about things. My calories were set at 2,000. I was losing weight. It was going good. Everything was good. And, and then I would literally like weigh out a potato or whatever, and then it would be, it would weigh, whatever it was, and then it would come out to like my total calories for the day would come out to like 2,050, right? And in my mind, I was going for 2,000 even. So I would literally like be cutting the end of a potato off, and then weigh it again just so my calories, were perfectly 2,000 calories. And that is so stupid. And let me tell you folks something. It's all about being in the ballpark, right? Not being exact. And to that point, even the food regulations and stuff like that, we know, that it's been, even the food companies admit that when we read labels and stuff and bread and everything with a calorie marker on it, it's within like 95 to 98% anyway of accuracy. It's not perfect. It's not, one piece of bread might have a little bit less than the next piece. Not everything is accurate anyway. So at the end of the day, you're going to be, even if you think you're perfect, you're still going to be a little bit off anyway. And so that's why I just tell people, just be in the ballpark. If you're 50 calories higher than, or even 100 or whatever, like don't worry about it, as long as you're in that deficit, like, right? So even if your calories are exactly 200, like you do nothing but eat, TV dinners, whatever, and everything is perfectly labeled, right? You ate 4 TV dinners and they're 500 calories each. Even those aren't accurate. And if they are, you might walk a little more or walk a little bit less that day or something like that. And so it's never going to be the same, is what I'm trying to tell you. So don't trip out on that. Don't stress. Just be chill. Try to train 3 days a week, 4 if you want to. Do your overhead press, do your incline bench, flat bench if you want. I'm not doing flat bench at the moment. I never did incline bench in my life really, so I'm taking time to get good at that movement. And I really noticed already starting to bring the upper chest in, which was lacking a little bit, even though I did overhead press, which also targets the overhead press very well. But the incline press does it even better. I can tell because it's already grown and it's been 2 weeks and I'm in a deficit, which is awesome. My lifts are going up and my body fat is going down. If you can nail that, keep going. All right, I'll get off here. I don't know what I was doing. This is supposed to be an update video. 6 foot tall, 235 body weight, I believe. So we're down 15 pounds from 250 so far in the beginning of this cut. So we have, if I want to get down to my goal, I got another 50 pounds to lose to get down to 185, 190 or so. So 50 pounds sounds like a lot, but if you follow along, you'll realize how day by day, and I'll make videos on the stuff of how it's fun to create your meals and how you don't got to be stressed out all the time. So follow along for all of that. All right, peace.